Local 12, winter weather coverage, sponsored by Wrecker and Berger and AAA.
Well, Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana, wow, all under a state of emergency because of this storm. Good morning, I'm Sydney Hawkins.
And I'm Sheila Gray. Several cities and counties remain under a level 2 snow emergency. A few are at level 3, and we just learned a little bit ago that all Cincinnati public schools are closed tomorrow.
So we continue to have team coverage this morning. Meteorologist Tara Blake and Paul Poteet are both here tracking those latest snow totals.
We also have Christian Hauser, Chelsea Sick, and Katie Amrine out across the tri-state showing us what it's like in local neighborhoods. First, let's check in with Tara.
It's a winter wonderland if you are not having to get out and drive in it. Look at the visibility down because of the additional heavy snow that is upon us here into the city. We've had some very impressive totals so far. Some of us receiving upwards of 6 to as much as 11 inches. We are expecting additional snow through the afternoon, but it winds down this evening. So right now on radar, the darker purples indicating some heavier snow where visibility is down. Crews are really struggling to keep up. It's not just one pass of clearing everything out. They're having to take several passes, and then once that's done, the heavy snow is already back, and so they are not making much headway on the roads. I do think farther south and east, you're showing the potential of seeing some sleet or a little bit of a mix still, but it does look better at this moment around the 275 loop to try and help some of our road crews. And thank you so much for working so hard. I know that it is going to be a tough several days as we try and clean up after this monster storm. Where we could still see the potential of some mix again is farther south. We had reports of that in Owen County as well as Forest Robertson, Mason, Adams, and Brown County. That was a bit of sleet, so you're kind of hearing it. You'll see it bounce when you take a look outside. And this snow is different than what you typically expect. It's a very dry snow considering we are so cold. Powdery, it's beautiful, it's crystally, but it's just going to kind of fly around, and that is a concern for us as we have breezy winds today as well as Monday and Tuesday. So that blowing snow, especially on our rural roads, can be very difficult to drive through. So again, remaining off the roads a good idea, especially here through your winter storm warning that goes until noon on Monday. We now also have an extreme cold warning extended through Tuesday, so our kids could have trouble on Tuesday as well. But there's your down visibility. Current temperature only 14, feeling like 1 below. We'll track in the rest of the snow next.
Almost everything across the tri-state is closed due to the snow. That includes the Cincinnati Travel, Sports, and Boat Show.
We have crews spread out around the region to show you what the conditions are like, and Local 12's Christian Hauser has been spending the morning downtown where the snow is still falling. Christian.
Yeah, luckily it seems like it's lightened up a little bit, but it is still coming down at a pretty decent clip here. Now, we are at the corner of 3rd and Elm Street, and behind me is the Fort Washington Way where I-71 comes through here. It's actually, this is the busiest that we've seen it all morning. Several cars and some utility trucks coming through here, as well as some other trucks coming down here. Now, this is completely covered in snow. There is, they've not been putting salt down on this. ODOT crews have just been coming through here, plowing this off, so you are driving over top a bed of snow. And we've spent the morning driving around a little bit, checking things out. And for the most part, the city streets are passable, but it is going to take some work for you to get through them. Lots of snow has built up on the roadways and forcing you to kind of fight with that as you try to make your way around town. Liberty Hill near our station, that was a very tough go of it. And the plows, they are out, but it's just there's so much snow, it's really creating a lot of trouble for them to try to get around. And back out here, I do want to show you all something neat. This is my first time seeing this. 3CDC was out here. They've been doing the sidewalks, trying to get them cleaned up as best they can.
Well, that was Christian. We lost his audio there, but he was out with 3CDC crews earlier, saw them shoveling the sidewalks and really trying to get ahead of things, but there's so much snow is falling that it's not doing a lot of good.
So he's been downtown. Our Chelsea Sick has been in Clermont County, and I believe she has the latest update there.
Well, hey, good morning to you too. I think it's safe to say we officially have a lot of snow, and it's hard to believe that we're really only about halfway through today in this storm. We are right now standing on 28 in Miami Township, not far from Milford, and you can see here behind me, this road is snow covered. That's what we are seeing across the area right now. Thankfully, it's a Sunday. Not a lot of people are out. We're really just seeing plows and people who are getting to and from work, but for the most part, it's been quiet. Here in Miami Township, we're seeing about 7 inches of snow. It has been blowing around a little bit, so it's hard to get exact measurements, but here it's looking right at 7 for now. And we were driving around trying to get back over to 275 where we were earlier this morning, but we want to show you some video of what conditions looked like there. It still looks like that now, and it was hard for us to get back there because some of the roads leading there were not had not been cleared yet. So that is what we were seeing earlier this morning. It's still looking like that now, just snow covered. ODOT crews working so hard to clear those roads, but it's just not possible when the snow is coming down like this and it's so cold outside. Clermont County is currently under a level 2 snow emergency. I talked with Chief Deputy Mike White earlier this morning. He tells us more about those conditions and how people staying off the roads are really helping.
We have not had any accidents throughout the night or a few. So we appreciate that the communities actually have been paying attention to the weather and staying home. So that's very helpful for us.
I just checked in with him a little bit ago. He tells me there still have not been any major crashes or incidents that have required their deputies to get out and work really hard in this weather. And that is such a big deal. When we talk about staying home, it's not just for your safety, it's for the safety of the first responders who are going to have to get out into this weather as well. If something were to happen, we are seeing some people on our drive here to this location stuck on the roadways. So just be careful if you do have to get out, that you're taking it slow and definitely expecting some thick stuff on the roadways because it's just hard for these crews to keep up. Live in Miami Township, Chelsea Sick, back to you on the studio.
Important to make sure your car has all the supplies you need too if you would get stuck: blankets, water, snacks, things like that. And you can stay up to date on the latest conditions. Scan that QR code on your screen and download our free Weather Authority app. And it's live interactive radar. It sends alerts to your phone. It's done by our team of meteorologists, and you can find it by searching WKRC in the App Store or on Google Play.
Do you have any favorite snow memories?
I remember the blizzard of '78. I was a kid, and my dad worked for ODOT, so he was gone for pretty much the whole week.
12-hour shift?
Yeah, he was an engineer, but they put everybody out in the plows, and my brothers and I think we might have fought a little bit because we couldn't get out of the house. The snow was this deep with the drifts.
Mine comes from growing up in the South. When we got anything, schools were closed.
I bet you're so happy.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
That's good. Well, our road crews are hard at work, as you would imagine, as the snow keeps falling. So we're going to be checking in with the leaders of ODOT for you next on Good Morning Cincinnati Sunday.
Local 12 winter weather coverage, sponsored by Wrecker and Berger and AAA.
Boy, I bet those AAA folks have been busy today helping people out. Little jump here, little jump there. 20 minutes away from 12 noon. It's so pretty, but it's, oh boy, it just looks nasty. That's the view that we've been looking at this morning from our Oxford camera. Up at the university there. We've been looking at totals and your pictures too throughout the morning also. So what I'm going to do is take you around and look at some of the latest numbers. Middletown, Ohio, now up to 11 inches of snow. And keep in mind, as Tara showed you a few moments ago, we're not done yet. So this is a work in progress right now. 11 inches already in Middletown, 9.5 in Ross, 9 in Lebanon, 9 in Hamilton. In Blue Ash, we have a report of 8 inches of snow. And when we had that big snow, which was a 2-day event last January, I mean, that was about 10.5 inches over 2 days, and we're already over that, at least in one location. Mason, you've had 7.5 inches so far, about the same in Cheviot, and in Madeira, 7 inches. Anderson Township with 7 inches reporting also. And some of the pictures that we've been looking at this morning are pretty cool. I thought I would go for the animals this time around. Linda Fight sent that. Look at that Heidi there. Heidi, very handsome doggy. She said that was her way of measuring the snow. It's about this many paws deep. And this is from our friend Joe Schinkel. And this is Charlie and Cassie. This, my friend, is not a real animal. That apparently is a smoker, which could come in handy. You know, maybe you went to get some extra food, you know, right before all this happened. So you smoke that up. Joe, thank you for that picture. And this is a picture this morning. I'm going to do a little bit here on the fly. Don't mind me here. I think I skipped over some of our chime-in pictures, which we appreciate you sending us at local12.com/chime-in. I think we had one more picture that I was going to show you. Oh, yes. This is from Teresa. And Teresa, if you need to have something to drink if you know, when you take the food out of the smoker. And so the first thing I noticed was, hey, that's a bottle. I've seen that before. Teresa tuning. And Teresa, appreciate that too. It's fun to see how the weather is affecting you. And we've had some folks with interesting ways to measure the weather. So continue to send us, if you don't mind, your pictures, local12.com and then /chime-in. Yeah, when I say we're not done yet, obviously the blue extends back to the southwest and the west. If you notice, if you look real close here, the blue is a little darker through here. So when we see that, especially this morning, it's probably an indication that some of that moisture that the radar is returning, the targets that it's hitting, are producing some sleet along with the snow that's happening. It's sleet, maybe some freezing rain, especially the farther south you go, just in case you have friends down through there. But yeah, there are several hours, and maybe according to short-term modeling, another possibly 4, 5, 6 inches of snow on top of those numbers that I just showed you a few moments ago. And our coverage will continue now, and our own Adam Clements is out in it today. Adam?
Well, the snow is still falling here in Union Township in Clermont County. I am coming to you from my driveway where it has not been shoveled. That's on me, but we're going to have quite a bit to shovel once that time comes. Let's walk down to the street. We haven't seen a lot of traffic at all this morning. We're in a cul-de-sac, so that's pretty typical, but if we can get down to the street here, see some tire marks, but it's been a while. Even since I was out here last, even more snow on the ground. If you look up the street, it's a snowy white paradise. Beautiful out here. But again, if you don't have to go anywhere, don't. Also, my hat lights up. No? Still not? There we go. Told you.
Well, road crews are working around the clock to make sure that you are safe, and after the break we will check in with them. We will also get another check of your weather with meteorologist Tara Blake, who's telling us there is much left in the forecast. Stay with us.
Triple 12 winter weather coverage, sponsored by Wrecker and Berger and AAA.
Good morning once again. Want to give you a live look at the highways this morning. This is I-75 near Vine Street. It's an ODOT cam, and we are still seeing very little traffic out on the roads, but I will have to say it has picked up some since when Sydney and I were on a little bit earlier on Good Morning Cincinnati. As you can see, the plows have been through. There are some tire tracks, but the snow is still falling and keeping roads covered. And take a look now at Indiana's snowplow cameras. Ripley County is under a travel warning red. That means only emergency workers are allowed on the roads, and you can see why. That looks very dangerous right there on that camera. We're all pitching in to bring you the conditions around the tri-state. Our Paula Toti is out on the east end near the Ohio River.
All right, Paula Toti in the east end. I didn't think it was too bad when I first woke up and I saw on our decks we just have a little bit on the rails, but you come out here, it's probably 7 inches. My poor dog is freezing. I want you to see the Ohio River. We actually have chunks of floating ice, and you don't see that often in winter, but that's where we are. There's nobody driving along here. This is actually a city street, but the plows have not touched it. US 52 is in front of my house. It's a truck route. I'm not seeing any cars. I'm not seeing any trucks. We haven't seen any plows. My neighbor is shooting videos. She's saying, no, we haven't seen anybody. Whip around this way real quick, Tina. We've got neighbors plowing their driveways. Hi, everybody. We hope to make it out, but everybody stay safe.
She looked adorable. I don't think I could look that cute in snow. You can see no matter where you are, it is a mess. And if you are getting out and you are trying to shovel this, yes, we've had totals this big already, then you want to be very, very careful. You want to make sure that you are bundling up. That's a must, because that's another part of this equation, as we are extremely cold and now even have an extreme cold warning that extends into next week. So I'm going to get to that coming up. I want to say that we're still on track for potentially making the biggest one-day snowfall total ever. So 1998, February 4th, 11.8 on the board, and we were expecting it about for CVG to see around 12 inches, and so it shows the possibility. We definitely should be in the top 5 for you here as snow is continuing to come on down for us. We had some of our highest totals, and these are estimates. Breder has a tough time with this. It looks like it's blowing up here to the east, but that's actually, unfortunately, getting diluted and increased because of the sleet that has been combined with the snow. But this has absolutely verified northern sections of Butler County, especially towards Middletown, upwards of 11 plus inches, some locations reporting as much as 13. Finding that here, Warren County at about 11 to 12, in and around the city around 7, 8, 9, and then into northern Kentucky we've had around 7, and we're not done. We're going to keep adding on. I do think that some of the areas that are going to find the bigger additional totals will sit here right here in the center, right around I-71. So you've got about 5 additional inches. It'll be less farther south and east that still stand the chance for seeing some sleet mixing in. Remember, that's the little pebbles that you may hear. It gets really loud all of a sudden. That would be sleet mixing in with your snow, and that will continue to adjust your numbers. A little warmer for Mount Orab, 17, but 14 for us in Cincinnati, 15 Hamilton, 16 in Middletown. See why if you're stepping outside, it is extremely cold. Darker purples indicating visibility is being reduced by the snow. Not quite as heavy right now around the 275 loop. Please do not let that tell you to go out. Roads are going to be dangerous through the day today, and I think through the day tomorrow, especially secondary roads, as they can't even keep highways safe at this point. We will see this activity wind down this evening. This is going to end, and we will thankfully lighten towards the evening hour so crews can continue to get a better and better handle on our roads. But then that cold really becomes the major story for us tomorrow. Maybe a peak or two of sunshine in between the cloud cover, but our high tomorrow is only 10. Factoring in the winds we have as as cold as 10 to 15 below. So there's a cold weather advisory through Monday for wind chills at 10 below. So kids likely out, and we already know that Cincinnati Public is out for tomorrow. I think many more will be added onto that list as well. But then into Tuesday, we have an extreme cold warning for even colder. We're at 15 below. And again, that extends into that Tuesday time frame. So forecast is troublesome in the way that Mother Nature's not helping us out warm above that freezing mark anytime soon. Those overnight lows are extremely cold. And we know that doesn't help out our roads. And speaking of, I need to head on over to Sydney. She's checking in with ODOT.
Yeah, Tara, road crews have been out since yesterday when that snowfall started, making sure to help keep those roads passable. They were out even earlier in the week to salt the roads and pre-treat them. We want to get an update now from the Ohio Department of Transportation. We have Kathleen Fuller there to give us the latest update. Kathleen, what are the roads looking like right now?
Basically snow covered, and I think we've been talking about this since before the storm began, that once we got into this point where we had, a continuing snowfall, that we weren't going to see the roads be clear anytime soon. And so that is the case. All of our roadways are basically snow covered, but the crews continue working, trying to keep things passable and kind of keep things moving. The plows are down, but again, it's going to take some time before we can get out of this.
You told us earlier there was one road, specifically maybe a Warren County, that was closed off because of just how the road is set up. Is there any more roads closed as of this morning?
Not to my knowledge. I haven't got any reports of anything else. And again, State Route 350 at the Fort Ancient area, most people who are very familiar with that area, they know that it is hard to navigate that little stretch of roadway through Fort Ancient, even when there's good weather and you're just in a passenger vehicle. It's really hard because of the switchback hairpin kind of turns that you have and how it goes down into the valley and back up. So we went ahead and closed that early this morning because, again, our crews just simply aren't going to be able to get to that particular roadway. It would be very, very dangerous for them to try and take the trucks over up and over those hills through there. So that's the only closure we have. And I do want to remind everybody that our crews are out, but don't expect to see them everywhere all at once. We just have a limited number of trucks. And so it doesn't matter if we get 4 inches or 14 inches of snow. That's all we have to put out on the roadways. And so we've got a lot of people out doing a lot of work, but you're not going to necessarily see crews everywhere.
We spoke to your colleague Matt Bruning yesterday, who told us the last time we saw a snow event like this, about 30 plows and drivers were hit. They were in accidents. Have there been any accidents today?
I believe so. I'm not sure. I'm not aware of anything in our district. I believe there have been some elsewhere in the state, so I don't know the total number of where we are with plow strikes. We've been fortunate. A lot of people heeded the warnings and they have not been out today or even during the overnight. Traffic volumes are way down, which is a good thing. There have been some people who have, gone off the roadway. We've seen some disabled vehicles and some lane and shoulder closures today, but obviously not nearly as much traffic out there, thank goodness.
Just another reminder to give your plows plenty of room to work. Thank you, Kathleen. We are going to take a quick break and return with more weather and news. Stay with us.
Okay. Yeah. Just keep me in my ear. We don't have a ton of battery left either. 30 seconds. We're just going to show snow. No talking. No talking? Oh. 30 seconds of talking.
Oh, okay.
I'll pan around. Okay.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Okay. We're after Paul.
Local 12 winter weather coverage, sponsored by Wrecker and Burger and AAA.
We've been watching the weather for you all morning long and watching you watch the weather too. We had dogs earlier. How about squirrel? I made you look, didn't I? Janice Miller chimed in with that one. It looks like that could be from the backyard of our house. There's always the bird feeder and then the squirrels standing by. Here's one more. This would be a good one to finish up. Bob, wherever you are, I hope you're watching right now online from a warmer climate. Nicole Fisher chimed in with that. An homage to, and also the face I made when I looked at some of the computer models earlier this week for this, which continues on. We've already, in some places, as you saw me show a few moments ago, racked up 11 inches of snow. So it's been 7 to 11 in a lot of spots and easily another 4 to 6 on the way. Well, we've had a whole team of folks out in it this morning. And Katie, do you still have your kitty cat or are you working alone this time?
Yeah, so I am in Florence right now. Across the street from the Florence Mall, snow is coming down pretty heavy at this point. While the flakes are not that heavy itself, it is coming at you fast. Wind speed is quick. It's about 8 inches or so here, 7 to 8 inches, and it just keeps coming down, and it's going to keep coming down as we know throughout the day. Crews have been trying to prep for this for Wednesday and Thursday, and they're, just trying to get the roads together here, and I've seen a lot of road crews out so far today, and it seems like road conditions are getting better, but we'll keep you updated on air and online about the weather. For now, live from Florence, I'm Kiki Amrine. Back to you.
Whoa.
That person needs to slow down.
I know.
Damn.
Right. Take it slow wherever
Showing off
you
for
go.
the camera. Be safe out there.